And now, officially, Agatha raising PI.
Champagne, everyone, it's launch time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Olivia Witherspoon is dead.
The key to the mystery is in that house.
Ivy Hall. Unexplained paranormal activity on a grand scale.
What's next? Vampires? Zombies? Little green men in flying saucers?
Stay close. Perfectly safe with me.
Hello, welcome to Meet the Filmmakers. I'm Tony Sands. This is the Unrestricted View Horror Film Festival 2020. And I have with me the sick people behind the feature film that's playing on Tuesday called Bad Candy. Please introduce yourselves.
Hey, nice to meet you guys. I'm Scott.
And I'm Desiree. And thank you for watching our film.
Yeah, well, they're going to be watching it, aren't they? Hopefully. Scott, you're the director.
We're both the directors.
Co-director.
We both created it. I wrote it. We both directed it.
You know, we were just talking about this before we started recording, right? So I want to jump straight in. There's, it's a really out there film, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no messing about with it. You kind of push the boundaries. You're not afraid to take risks. And it is funny and it is dark and it is, you know, it's got some great effects and great performances in there. But the mortuary scene. I don't want to give too much away for anybody that watches it, but what the hell brought that about?
So I used to work in the medical field and I would move bodies after they would pass, and I've seen a lot of weird things, and you know, they say write what you know. Obviously pushing it not that much, but pushing it to like knowing enough about something to expand upon it, but yes.
It does. I think working in a field like that, though, I think you develop a very dark sense of humour because you have you need your humour to get you by, eh?
Yeah.
And I'd love to touch more on the theme. Sorry, go on.
I was saying, she'd be picking up body parts and going to accidents and all kinds of crazy stuff and talking about it as like, my day was average.
Yeah, if you don't find humor in it, you find alcohol, and sometimes you find too much alcohol, so you have to kind of sway back to the humor side. But yeah, it's good stuff. We've had a wonderful time creating and building these stories, and the cast that we were so lucky to have. You know, when we were casting, we kind of had to be a little like, hey, it's kind of like this, so just be prepared that it's going to be a little bit on the edge. And some of the people that auditioned were like, let's do it. Let's dive right into this. And we were very fortunate to have some amazing cast members on this film.
Yeah, I mean,
we're unafraid, which is wonderful.
Yeah. It was very out there. I mean, and there is, because it's an anthology film, isn't it? Let's explain that.
No, well, it's
kind of
a full-length feature film with a vignette styling. But it's not anthology.
We try to stay away from anthology, but yeah, we prefer. Yeah,
but there's
everything. Like more anthologies are just like straight story, and that's all you see.
Together, yeah. There is a narrative stringing it together.
Yeah. We try to connect this one a lot.
I think of it like Love Actually, but with horror.
That's kind of like. I love action horror. That's a great selling point. I love that. Hopefully it has the longevity of Love Actually. It should well do, actually, because it's a good film.
A lot of people really like it, and it's surprising to us because, of course, you know, we've spent the last couple of years like being weird and making it. And now people like it. We're like, oh, okay, this is great. You like it too.
But it's one of the wonderful things about it is that there is a dark sense of humour that runs all the way through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The mortuary scene. But there's also more traditional type horror in there as well, with a couple of bits. So more the kind of straightforward horror that you'd expect, some nice little bits in there. But it does have its own unique style as well. So what kind of brought this whole idea about? I mean, I know with the mortuary bit, your background, but for the film itself? What
I feel like we're just huge fans of Halloween. It's just our favorite holiday, and there's not enough Halloween movies. Like,
Halloween we need more in Halloween and fun, like just good general Halloween fun, and we think that we brought that.
Obviously, you know, we're huge fans of like Trick or Treat, huge fans of Halloween, Carpenter, and there's just not enough. There's
huge fans of cinema in general. We try to make everything as colorful, as bright, as fun, showing just enough and leaving it there.
There's no boundaries. So with Halloween, you can kind of go wild. You know, it's just that one day of the year that you can get pretty weird. So.
That one day.
you've got, it's not a Halloween movie, but you've even got one of the iconic horror actors from one of the biggest, most popular.
Oh gosh, yeah. You know, we were with Zach last night actually because we did a premiere here for our local cast and crew, and he's so wonderful.
Great guy.
He's such a good, like, down to earth, fun dude. And when he read the script, he was like, "Let's make this as awesome as possible." And gosh, you know, I never thought I would make a film with. Sorry, excuse me. I've never thought I would make a film with a lead from Gremlins, who, you know, you grow up with, or in my case, I grew up with. So it was a treat. It was definitely a treat to have him on board.
All credit to him as well, and all credit to you guys. He puts in a great performance. He doesn't just turn up with a paycheck and just like slum it. He actually puts in a very strong performance, and that's one of the great things about the film as well. There are some really, really strong performances in there. I liked the little girl or the young girl. And I
Riley.
About it. She's fantastic.
She's so talented, and after she started Bad Candy with us, she jumped into a whole spectrum of projects, and a lot of our cast members, I mean, gosh, they're killing it right now. I can't say, I know what some of them are about to jump into, and they are massive projects, but I can't say. But the woman from the mortuary scene is just landed one of the biggest shows in the world. So
that's cool.
We're so excited for her. Oh my God, we're so excited for her.
I bet it was based on that scene.
Most likely.
You know, if it was,
it actually makes sense.
I would just congratulate her even more so, because she was a trooper. That's a hell of a scene to try to pull off. Like,
it is. No, it really is, because it's funny. It's really funny, but it's not going to be funny if you shoot it wrong, and one if it's played wrong. And that's the thing, especially with indie films. Everybody has to be on board, and everybody has to be working hard, and everybody has to get it right, because you don't have the luxury of time, and you don't have the luxury of reshoots. You know, it's got to be,
or, you know, even budget. You know, it's kind of like you get one chance to really set this up and go for it. And if everyone's not on board, you don't get what you're looking for.
Yeah. And
we were very, very fortunate to have everybody be on board with us.
Yeah. You must have had a great time making it.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
I mean, on top of all the stress, I mean, like making sure that you get everything right, and you know, worrying about money and this. But it must have been because it looks like the product of a fun shoot. You know, what's that kind of feel about it?
Yeah, because I make daytime television as my day job. So being able to separate from that and jump and dive into projects like Bad Candy, it's such a sense of relief, because you don't have to censor yourself. You can get wild with it. You can have loads of fun. And
similar to my day job is music videos. So I direct a lot of music videos, commercials and stuff, but you know, this was like our own personal project we've been saving up for years, and we just like kind of went at it, and it was a lot of fun, honestly, and the energy is there from all the stories that we wrote. So
you know, and like I said, you get a nice vibe from it. You
know, we wanted to be fun.
Yeah,
we wanted people to watch it and have fun watching it.
Like,
that's what we wanted.
If you watch Goosebumps, like, you know, Goosebumps are like hocus pocus. It's a lot of fun, you know. Or if you watch like Trick or Treat, it's scary fun, you know. And this, you know, Dale and Tucker.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Well, yeah, we love dark comedy. Any Sam
Yeah.
Raimi movie, like
Mhm.
Drag Me to Hell, Evil Dead.
Dark comedy is my bread and butter.
Yeah, dark
That's my
comedy-
favorite thing in the world.
If you can laugh at horror, that's the best.
Mhm.
You know. So
No, it definitely shows through the film that there's a love of dark, a dark humour. But I think you need it as well. I think.
Yeah, especially these days.
Well, absolutely. I mean, going back to your former job is like, you need a dark humour to get yourself through the hard times, because I mean, in anything, if you don't have a sense of humour, if you can't laugh at it, then it's going to crush you.
yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think-
I've tried to just embrace as much as possible with a fun mindset, or else it just becomes torture, and not the good kind.
Yeah, but also I think with humour, by making people laugh, it makes the scares that little bit scarier, because you're going from one extreme to the other.
Yep.
Yeah, I can imagine you must have had a crack. You are sick people, though. I've got to say, the pair of you,
We are.
sick mind, which makes me admire you a little bit more, to be fair.
Yeah, we love animals. We care greatly for our cast and our crew, and we just have a good time with a good story, and it works well. We're already looking at the next one. We're already starting to look at the next project, so this is great.
What about the next one? Can you say anything about it? Or
I can say that we have 3 scripts, and we're kind of juggling which one we want to start next, because they're all in the same like dark comedy vein, because that's all I know how to write. But yeah, I think it's just more along the lines of looking at where we want to shoot it, who we want to cast, how we want to go about scheduling it, all the fun, boring pre-production stuff that nobody likes to think about. But yeah, we're kind of looking at those right now to see where we want to end up.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work just to get to the shooting stage.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's oof.
Painful just to think about. Even the animals there jumping in, it's like, oh, wouldn't believe it.
we have a big white Maine Coon, and she's like, "What are you guys doing? Why are you in here? Like, why aren't you downstairs with us?"
You're talking about film again, for God's sake,
Yeah.
How long did it take to shoot, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
It was a couple of years, to be honest, because I was running two TV shows, and I was working 16-hour days, and then on my one day off, like 6 out of 7 days, my 1/7 day that was my day off, we would dive in and go shoot a crazy scene. And I'd be like, okay, give me like 2 weeks and we'll shoot again. But
I think it was like 16, 17 months. But it was like,
But it was shooting the odd day here and there, yeah?
yeah, because
Yeah.
I would be working and then she'd be busy, and then it was like,
between our schedules, we tried to align everything up as much as possible. But obviously there were some moments when I couldn't be there.
and we had scheduling so many different actors on this kind of movie. It's really tough to do in unison all in a row. This kind of movie is like getting so many different clusters of actors together. It's
Oh my
really
gosh, yeah.
scheduling nightmare. So spreading it out was actually helpful for us. I
Yeah,
think.
and then a lot of our cast members
Yes,
were
makes
on
sense.
massive shows, so we had to compete with Jumanji 2's schedule. We had to compete with Cobra Kai's schedule. We had to compete with Stranger Things' schedule, because a lot of our people were on those shows full time. Like all of our stunt crew, all of them were on massive projects, and they're all like the lead stunt people. We're just blessed to be good friends with them and managed to take their day off. But we had a lot of fun, and they had a lot of fun, and I'm gonna do it all over again. I'm excited.
What you're really saying is they were working on those shows in between shooting your film.
Yes,
How big.
Yes.
There you go.
yes.
You let them go off and work with them.
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, it's good stuff. These people are super talented, and they deserve all the recognition and all the best, because they really worked hard on this.
Yeah, well, I think all take some credit yourselves. I mean, I think you put together a good script, a good film, and like, I know how hard it is getting indie films made, getting any film made, but especially indie films. And it takes everybody to work hard, but you need good captains on ship, and you know, without a captain, you're just going to go off onto the rocks and nobody cares.
Yep.
So I think that the fact that everybody was so passionate about it, credit to the pair of you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And we might revisit the Bad Candy world too, because we've been approached. But
yeah, a couple of people have asked us what's going to happen in Bad Candy 2, and so we're thinking maybe
pre-planning, maybe, yeah, for sure.
Well, I'd love to watch
it's a
it.
fun world. It's a crazy world. So
Yeah, no, well, you've set up a nice universe there. It certainly needs revisiting. You know which festival to send it to when it gets made.
Oh, totally.
Right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's a you know, a physical one by then.
Yeah, we miss
we would have loved to
traveling.
have come like in person.
Oh gosh, we miss traveling.
We go
so
to London
much.
and yeah, we go to
I was just in London
November.
in November.
Just there.
I was actually in London when Corey Taylor agreed to sign on to the project.
That was cool. Yeah.
And I was sitting down in a pub with my friend next to like the Christmas Village, and I got the email and I was like, well, I'm already in a pub. This is a great start. Like, let's just go get some drinks. And it was so wonderful. Oh, I miss traveling.
Yeah, no, hopefully next year everything will be back to normal.
Yeah, for sure.
It's real life scary, and we can all just worry about the scares on screen.
Yeah, we're thinking of potentially filming the next project abroad. We'll see how November goes, and then once we find out, once we figure out what happens in November, then we'll figure out if we're gonna stay or we're gonna go somewhere else.
No, London's always a good place to shoot. Some great actors over here.
Oh yeah, we love
Great talent in London.
Oh.
Yeah, I had the pleasure to work with BBC Pinewood Studios in Atlanta a couple of years ago. So I've definitely got friends at Pinewood in London, and I'd love to bring a project there. They're wonderful.
It's all set up for you, isn't it? It's all set up. We just need to get this pandemic out of the way, and it will all be okay.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Thank you so much, because I know it's early in the morning there. I've picked you up, dragged you up. And,
Yeah, it's actually just a little bit afternoon, so.
Okay, that's all right. It's afternoon, so now it's lunch. I'm holding you back from your lunch. Selfishly taking your time up. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the film. Really well done.
Thank you.
Please, people, have a look at it. Bad Candy.
Yeah, please, everyone enjoy it.
Check it out.
I will. I think there's something in there for everybody. It's like a little mixed bag, isn't it?
Yes.
Of horror joy.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
I'm with that. Yeah.
I like that.
You can use that. Thank you. It's fine.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Take it easy.